A pleasant day. This is Freddie Abando welcoming you to our program Inside Congress. Today we are privileged to have with us one of the more hard-working senators of the Republic in the Senate, in the upper chamber. She started as the president of the Congressional Spouses Foundation and eventually was elected into office as a three-term congresswoman and now a senator of our republic. I'm pleased to welcome on Inside Congress Senator Cynthia Villar. A pleasant day to you, ma'am, and welcome to our program.
Thank you.
Ma'am, if you look at your track record from the time that you were the wife of the Speaker then, and then Senate President Manuel Villar, how would you sum up the service that you have shared with our people and our country? Kumusta ho doon?
Every time naman na I get a post, because if your husband is the speaker, then you automatically become the president of the Congressional Spouses. During that time, we built Center for Women. That's our advocacy. We were able to build 11 in the regions. Mrs. De Venecia built the one in Alabang, but I built the region. The one in Alabang is big, but the regions, they're small. Yung Alabang 200 ang capacity, yung sa region 50 lang. But we built 11 in the different regions in the Philippines. And then when I was president of the Senate Spouses, ang advocacy naman namin is to rehabilitate the ward at the Philippine General Hospital. So I was able to rehabilitate, I think, there are 8 wards sa Philippine General Hospital. So I'm happy because during that time, parang na-focus mo na meron kang you can talk about that during your term na gawa mo, di ba? Short lang ang term ko as a president of the Congressional Spouses, 2 years, and 2 years then as a wife of the Senate President. But we were able to do something substantial.
Ma'am, after being the president of the Congressional Spouses Foundation and then the Senate President was elected to the Senate, you
Yes.
tried your luck and eventually you made it, being elected as a congresswoman, and you were there for 9 years. When you were there for 9 years, what were the most basic issues that you championed in support or in continuity of what the Senate President did when he was in the Senate?
When I was in Congress, I was president of the lady legislators of the I think 12th, 13th, and 14th Congress. And syempre ladies yan, kaya we champion the causes of women. So noon, yun nga, kaya ang mga legislation namin about women and family, like we passed the parang Magna Carta for Women, tapos yung anti-trafficking, and then senior citizen, yun, yung mga ganon. And puro women issues kasi puro babae kami. At least my work as president of the lady legislators. But in my district, iba naman.
Ano yung mga
doon ko sinimulan yung aking river rehab at saka yung recycling of waste, which is very important in Metro Manila kasi ang problem natin dito, waste. And if you don't recycle, you spend a lot of money throwing away the waste kasi ang ating landfill nasa San Mateo with the traffic in Metro Manila. yung truck na magdadala can only do 1 trip a day. And syempre, yung truck, kung bayaran mo yan, kung how long they do the trip. So, napakamahal, 10,000 per truck. So, we were able to solve, like, for example, I think we're saving 300 million a year by recycling our waste. So, tapos mas malinis pa yung bayan mo. Tapos livelihood pa ng mga tao. O, trabaho ng mga tao.
Yung recycling, specifically yung sa water lily ho, ano ang ginawa ho ninyo? How did you organize that to ensure na yung mga kababayan natin, lalo na yung mga babae, can really benefit out of it? And at the same time solve the problem of unemployment and poverty?
Kasi yung water lily namin, kaya namin hinarap yon kasi it became really a problem. Nagpa-flooding kami. Oo. And so, if we don't remove it from the river, it continues yung flooding. So, mapalad naman ako when we are having that problem. Siyempre, yung mga tao ayaw naman nila tanggalin. Gusto nila, ikaw ang congresswoman, ikaw magtanggal. So, I thought na hindi naman yata dapat ganun kasi dapat they should take care of their problem. Di ba? Pero nakaswerte ako kasi I met someone who taught me how to process water lily into handicraft. Oo, in one of my visit to a private school in Las Piñas, yung president ng PTA, marunong nun kasi exporter. So sabi niya, she will teach me. And so we taught the women. Kaya ngayon, meron akong water lily center and I have 100 weavers, continuously weaving. It took us 5 years to remove all the water lily in our river and weave them. But nakakatawa pala yung water lily. Pag malinis na yung river, hindi na nagre-regrow.
Ganun.
Oo, kaya pag nakakita ka ng water lily, that means madumi yung river. Kasi sa amin hindi na nagre-grow. So, may 100 weavers na ako. So, I go to Laguna Lake.
Doon ako kayo kumukuha
ng water lily. And maswerte naman ako kasi itong Maynilad, meron silang facility doon na nasisira because pinapasok ng water lily. So, tinutulungan nila ako at lahat ng sobra nila, tinuruan na rin namin yung community doon to weave at lahat ng sobra nila binibigay nila sa Las Piñas.
So, yung experience niyo ho dyan sa Las Piñas na naubos ho yung water lily, you went to another place with the problem that you had before, aside from buying it,
we don't buy it.
Kinukuha.
lang
Pagkatapos, pero ang maganda ho doon tinuruan pa ho ninyo sila.
Yeah. We taught them, but they cannot finish it, so we bring some. And then I'm able to support yung 100 weavers ko sa Las Piñas until now.
Aside from saying that, nandyan na ho yung weaving ho ninyo, provided employment, at the same time solve your water lily problem. How do you market it, Mom? Are your products also world-class na it's being considered already by
there are exporters of water lily, but me, because my weavers are just housewives, minsan pag nagwi-weave sila, kasama nila yung mga anak nila, ginugulo sila ng mga anak nila, nababaloktot yung weaving, hindi kami papasa sa export. But they make baskets, they make slippers, they make furniture. Basta kung sino mag-order sa kanila, they make. But at the same time, pag may downtime kami, walang order, tinulungan kami ng DSWD. We're weaving mats. Yung mats.
Saan mo binibenta yun, Ma'am?
Binibili ng DSWD, ginagamit nila pag merong calamity, pinamimigay nila sa mga tao. Before daw, they buy from Divisoria. Now, they buy from us. Kasi gusto nilang bumili sa amin kasi parang tinutulungan pa nila kami and at the same time, nagagamit naman nila. So, we sell them mats.
Ma'am, let's go to yung river cleanup. Dalawa ho ang rivers ninyo dyan, yung Las Piñas at Zapote. How long did it take you to clean up this river, and would you consider the conditions of these two rivers as models for the Manila government or other governments in Makati and even Mandaluyong to look at para linisin ang Pasig po?
Siguro, for you to clean up the first time, the river, it took us mga 7 years, no? But cleaning the river is a continuous process. Hindi naman common na linis mo na yan, wala na magtatapon dyan, matitigas sa ulo ng mga tao. So, they continuously, you have to remind them, you have to clean. And besides, the river is a continuous, hindi naman como Las Piñas, malinis. Paano ang tubig nanggagaling sa kilayo-layo, like from Dasmariñas, Bacoor, Silang. Kung sila nagtatapon ng basura doon, di nagfu-flow din yun sa amin. So, you're never finished with the river. You continuously clean your river. Like Pasig, they cannot finish it. It should be done every day because the Pasig will be coming from Laguna Lake, going to Manila Bay. So, magpo-flow. Kasama magpo-flow yung basura.
What are the benefits of a clean river? You told me earlier that soon you will be coming up with a river cruise.
Yes. It's a nice river like Bohol would be a tourist attraction. And at the same time, ang clean river will prevent flooding, which is very important to us, especially in Metro Manila. Kasi pag na-flood tayo, ang daming damage.
May isda ho ba?
Meron. Tilapia.
Ma'am, another major problem in Metro Manila, which has been, well, the national and even the local governments have been trying to solve for the past 30 years, is informal settlers. How innovative are the programs that you have initiated to ensure that the informal settlers in your city are not displaced? Did you have to move them out or let them or build their tenements dyan ho sa Las Piñas?
What we did in Las Piñas is they have this program with the national our housing agency. They call it the community mortgage program, wherein they buy the land. Siyempre, tatawaran kasi na-iskwatan na, mura na ipagbibili. And then, dinidistribute, pinifinance ng government, pinahuhulugan sa mga squatters. So, they will have a land. Kahit na yung bahay nila na shanty, ililipat doon, may sarili silang lupa. They call it the community mortgage program. Usually, ang installment ranges from 100 to 400 a month. Kayang-kaya nila. Kasi for you to rent in a depressed area, ngayon, it's 1,000 to 2,000. So, dito, 100 to 400, you have your own land. Ngayon, kung ang bahay mo shanty, dilipat mo doon, and since yun na yan, land na yan, then you can improve it through the years.
How many of your people there?
We were able to do 25,000.
25,000. Ma'am, if you to compare yung nangyari ho dyan sa inyo, yung in-city nyo, no? Yung CMP ninyo, and I would just look at what Manila is doing along, alam nyo, yung papuntang Caloocan, di ba? Yung sa dagat-dagatan area. Maraming mga tenements na ginawa nun, but after 20 years, nakita nyo, parang it's still depressed. So, would you say that...
Sa amin kasi, we didn't build houses. We gave the land. And then, nakakatawa, it's only 30 square meters. So, una nila first story. Pag nagkaanak, nag-asawa, lalagyan ng second story. Pag nagkaanak uli, na nag-asawa, third story. Kaya ngayon makikita mo lahat sila, four-story building. Na sila lang nga nagtayo, dahan-dahan. If you go to our CAA, what we did is we really paved the roads. We did the drainage system. Then we built schools on the open spaces. We built basketball covered courts and health center. Yun ang binild ng government. But the people, they built their own houses. Meron ngayon na pangit pang house. Meron naman building na yung house. So, ganun ang ginawa namin. Kasi minsan, when you build a tenement for the poor, kasi in a typical condominium, you pay a certain amount to maintain the common areas. Oo, sa condominium, like us living in a condominium, we have to pay for the maintenance of the common areas, the cleaning, the maintenance and all that. Pag poor, mahirap maningil ng ganun eh. So parang mahirap talaga ang tenement eh.
Ma'am, would you say that with the programs that you have been able to initiate and implement, that the rate of poverty has gone down because there are opportunities that have been provided by the local government with your support and the support of other government agencies?
Usually, Metro Manila, ang poverty figure sa Metro Manila, mababa because it's developed, there are means of employment. But relatively to other Metro Manila towns, we're better off. Our poverty is 1.8% of our population.
And how would you rate the income of Las Piñas now? And how many percent of whatever income is there really goes to the people to uplift their living conditions?
Alam mo, ang income ng Las Piñas maliit because we're just a small city compared to Makati and Manila and Quezon City. Sa kanila kasi maraming buildings, businesses, and all that. So they have a lot of income. Usually, range ng income nila 10 billion. Kami 2 lang. Oo. But, hindi naman sa income ng city better off ang bayan. How you really take care of your people is more important. Malaki nga income mo, pero ang gulo-gulo naman. You know? But as we have remained to be like a probinsya, in spite of us being a city, and we're very fortunate pati. The profile of people living in Las Piñas, they are not so rich, but they are not poor. Parang middle class. So, small houses, but have source of income, educated people.
It's one happy city.
Ano?
It's one happy city.
Yeah. It's not.
Mom, as a senator, this is your first 6 years, and you will complete your first term in 2013. 2019.
Yes.
Now, what advocacy, particularly close to your heart, did you champion which you feel ay nakatulong sa ating mga kababayan?
In fact, the Philippines, I believe, is primarily an agricultural country. So I truly believe that this country will not progress if we do not help agriculture. Because that's 1/3 of our population are agricultural workers. So napakalaki ng impact sa Philippines. So when I assumed my position as senator, I chose the Senate Committee on Agriculture and Food, because I really wanted to make a difference. And there is a study na kaya daw mahina ang income ng farmers. Kasi kung mahina income nila, then they will not stay in farming. So, because of lack of mechanization, lack of technology, and lack of financial literacy. So, yun ang sinusolve namin ngayon, that we will be able to solve that. So, kami ngayon, nagtatayo kami ng mga farm school to teach technology, to teach mechanization, and to teach financial literacy. So nagtayo ako ng 2 farm school, one in Cavite and one in Bulacan as a model. But I am helping farms who are willing to be accredited with TESDA to teach these things sa kanilang farm, so that they will be paid, so that it's sustainable. Kasi bakit naman sila magtuturo kung hindi sila kikita? So yun ngayon ang ginagawa ko. I'm encouraging farm owners to build farm schools. So they will be paid by TESDA. It's 12,000 for a 3-month course. And then they will be the one to help the farmers gain this knowledge. And at the same time, pinas namin yung farm tourism na maging tourist farm din ng mga farm para kumita rin. And we're quite successful. Marami namang interest kaming nakukuha.
Ma'am, given the gains or the success that you have with this program, don't you think this should be replicated by the Department of Education? Kasi may K-12 program.
Yeah, they're doing it. In fact, some of the people studying in our farm school intend to teach it sa K-12. So, dun sila nag-aaral kasi kailangan nila yung module at kailangan nila matuto. So, marami kaming nag-aaral sa farm school namin na mga school teachers.
Yung mechanization, that will require investments from the national government kasi karamihan yung ating mga farmers cannot afford it. But I think there's a program that has been initiated by the Aquino administration but somehow was not successful. But now, Secretary Piñol is providing farm tractors for our farmers. Is that the only thing that we can mechanize with our farmers?
Actually, we call it the Shared Facilities Program. Iyan, basta ikaw ay association of farmers or cooperative ng farmers, you are entitled to be given by the government free machines which you can share with your members. And hindi lang DA ang pwedeng magbigay. DA will give yung mechanization of growing seeds, yung mga tractors, harvester, yung pangbungkal ng lupa, mga ganyan, yung mga other machines. But even the OST and DTI have the shared facilities program. Sila naman dun sa processing. Yung produce ng farmer, they do the processing so that they can sell it in another form. And that is the shared facilities program of the OST and DTI. So, tatlo silang government agencies na gumagawa niyan. Hindi lang alam ng mga tao. That's why we have to inform them that they are entitled to that. As long as they are not individuals, they are either cooperative or association of farmers.
With your program, no, we're in farm schools, ensures that we convince our young people to get into farming. Will this solve the problem which some people are saying that if we don't produce enough farmers for the next 10 years, we might have a problem with our food security program in the future?
There is a study by the Food and Agricultural Organization, and it's not only about the Philippines, it's a worldwide problem, that if we are not able to maintain our family farms, we will have problem with food security in 2050, which is around 30 years from now. Oo. So, napaka-importante yung small family farms for the world because it's the farm that feeds, the small family farm that feeds the world. Hindi totoo na yung mga corporate farm ang nag-feed ng mundo. It's the small family farm. So it's very important that we encourage the children of farmers to continue their farms. And how will we encourage them to continue their farms? They have to earn. Kasi kung mas malaki kikitain nila by being employed in Metro Manila, they will leave the farms. So it's a struggle against time na kailangan turuan natin sila na kumita sila ng malaki sa farm para doon sila magstay.
Ma'am, isang problema nakikita ko rin is, with urbanization. Hindi natin maiiwasan na as Metro Manila gets to be congested and several other parts of the southern corridor or even the northern corridor, yung mga agricultural lands ho natin, they're being converted into factories and even housing.
Hindi totoo yun.
Hindi ho ba?
Ako, I travel all over the Philippines and I fly the helicopter. If you would see, ang Central Luzon lang ang natamnan lahat. But the rest, even in Davao City, you go there, you fly, ang dami-daming hindi natatamnan. That's a misconception. Parang ginagawa nilang dahilan yun para wag sila mag-farming. Hindi totoo yun. If you go by the road, kasi kung nakasakay ka sa sakya, akala mo punong-puno from here to Baguio, 3 layers lang ng bahay yun. Lahat farm na sa likod. So, ang dami-dami natin tatamnan. Lalo na yung mga mountains, hindi man nila tinatamnan. So, sa Region 8, katakot-takot, hindi tinatamnan. So, hindi totoo yun. It's a misconception. Meron tayong 11 million hectares of farmlands. Alam mo, yung sinasabi nilang ginagawang bahay, alam mo, kami, kung gumawa kami ng bahay, yung sinasabi ko sa yung CMP, that's 300 houses per hectare. Itong amin na Camellia, 100 houses per hectare. Gaano karaming hectare lang mauubos mo to build a lot of houses? It's very small. Ang typical lote namin is 80 square meter. At ang typical bahay is 40 square meter. Bakit mo naman i-deprive yung population mo na magkaroon ng bahay na 40 square meter at 80 square meter lot? You're being very, madamot, di ba? Isang kwarto lang yun na isang mayaman eh. But there are more poor people in the Philippines than rich people. So, ganun lang kaliliit. So, we don't really develop a lot in a year because our houses are small. If you build big houses, nobody will buy. Nobody can afford that.
Ma'am, environment. You're championing environment, and there's one particular area dito sa Manila Bay, which you are fighting to preserve it, especially from, being sold or even being developed. How is this moving along?
It's the Las Piñas Parañaque Critical Habitat. It's a 175 hectare wetlands. It's in the Ramsar list. as one of the most important wetlands in the world, the 7 in the Philippines. And it's 175 hectares, and it has 35 hectares of mangrove and 84 species of birds and 2 lagoons. It's a protected area declared by the president, so they cannot touch that because it's a protected area. So, in fact, this year we're going to build a wetland center there. We're going to do a wetland museum, a training center, office of DNR, and the boardwalks, and the bird watching facility, and all that, because we want it to become a wetland park, a tourist destination. We're starting this year, and we hope to compete para dyan magawin yung Asian Bird Festival sa 2018.
With what you're championing along the coastal road or very near here, how would this now impact on other areas where we have a problem, where local governments really don't take the initiative which you have taken to protect their coastal communities and even their coastal waters?
Maybe they're lucky because I'm in Parañaque and Las Piñas, so I took the cudgels. But anyway, it's the only one in Metro Manila, so we're taking care of it.
What other bills are you championing which you consider is very important for the future? Since you're the chairman of the Committee on Social Welfare, what specific programs of the DSWD which you feel is not delivering the kind of benefits which the poorer sectors deserve from our government?
I think it's time we review yung CCT, yung conditional cash transfer. Because in other countries, the CCT is something that they use to encourage production, especially food.
Pero dito po?
Dito, parang roll out. It's tied up with health and education. Okay lang yung education kasi alam natin na if you educate a child, then he will have a better future than one who is uneducated, diba? So, okay lang yon. So, they provide subsidy, 300 pesos for every child, maximum of 3, so that they will send their children to school. But yung health, parang, ang laki naman ng budget ng DOH, dapat DOH na yon. Huwag ibigay. And tie up yung CCT with production, like agriculture. Just like what the president is doing now, he will be providing rice,
Yes.
21 kilos of rice every month for a poor family. And then we produce, they will buy the rice from the farmers. So that is tying up with agriculture.
Yung Sipag at Tiyaga program mo, ano ho ba yun? Is it limited to our people here in Metro Manila, or is this a nationwide program to ensure that it contributes to the overall poverty alleviation program which your husband started before, and a number of them being adopted by past administrations, including this administration?
So it's a foundation and it's nationwide. In fact, we have built more than 1,000 livelihood projects all over the Philippines. And we intend I want to build one project for every town in the Philippines. So there,
mga proyekto po?
iba-iba, merong yung decorticating machine that processes waste coconut husk into coconut, which you can use for slope protection. Meron tayo na yung composting machine sa mga palengke, so they can produce their own fertilizer, so that they will not buy fertilizer anymore. And then we have established 3 factories of processing of waste plastic into school chairs. And then all the school chairs we donate to the public schools. So para yung mga walang chairs, magka-chairs sila. And then we're doing also Others, like if they want to build sari-sari store, we give them yung laman ng sari-sari stores. Basta iba-ibang klase. We do weaving also, water lily. We do blanket weaving also. We know how to build a handloom, and then we weave blankets, just like the Ilocanos. So we teach that.
So how many have benefited from your program, man, if this is a nationwide advocacy?
Usually, in a community, like yung coconut factory, 40 families per project. So, if you are able to build in every town, at least you have 50 families benefiting from you in that town.
Well, Ma'am, one of the bills which you are championing, I think it has something to do with coconut. Is this the Coco Levy Fund?
Yeah, the Coco
What do you
Levy
intend? What is the proposal there? Because this has been introduced during the Aquino administration, but somehow failed to pass. That's about 70 billion pesos. Ano ba yung plan?
In cash. There is 70
Oh.
billion in cash and
Nasa
about
National Treasury
30
po.
billion in assets, in things which they can solve, including the United Coconut Planters Bank, that they own that. So, it's a matter of passing the bill, so you make sure that the money will go to the coconut farmers, and yung bill namin, nilalagay namin doon, how it will be used. Kasi iba naman kasi we have to separate Philippine Coconut Authority and the Coco Levy Fund. Both of them are helping the coconut farmers. So yung Philippine Coconut Authority, they have a budget every year, something like 4 billion, to help the coconut farmers. And they have things to do like fertilization, yung shared facilities program, yung planting, ganyan. May responsibility kasi ang government to the coconut industry. But this money, itong levy fund, is a coconut farmers to. So they should be benefiting from this na for their personal use. Like for example, education of their children, yung welfare nila sa health, yung additional livelihood for them, ganon. So, parang gusto natin i-separate yung PCA, tapos dapat may budget ang PCA, iba naman yung sa Coco Levy Fund.
Now,
Income of the Coco Levy Fund.
Yung 70 billion po, I can remember the proposal of former Senator Juan Ponce Enrile was to make a perpetual fund out of it.
Yeah, it's
Pagkatapos yung kita ho nung yung mga investment
gagastusin.
yun ang gagastusin ho.
So one issue is how will you invest the money? Ako kasi conservative ako. I want it invested in treasury bills. If it's invested in treasury bills, on the average, it will earn 2 to 3 billion a year. Kung mas aggressive, mas malaki, kaso baka mawala naman. Risky naman yun. So yun ang laman ng bill. We're doing the bill now. It's in the period of interpellation.
What happens now to the United Coco, yung sa Planters Banco?
Ipagbibili nila yon kung gusto nilang ipagbili, and then the proceeds will go to the Coco Levy Fund.
Aside from this, ano pa ho yung advocacy nyo na nakikita nyong dapat suportahan ng ating Pangulo, and at the same time ensure that it gains the support of your peers in the Senate, especially when you talk about climate change? So pala, yung climate change, ano ba ang position nyo sa...
Ako, I would be for the ratification, of course. For whatever, talaga it's a problem. Talaga man nakikita natin na changing na ang world because of climate change. Like for example, right now, if you notice, bumabagyo na December. Dati bumabagyo July, ngayon December. So nag-change ang pattern at mas malalakas ang bagyo. Hindi katulad noon na hindi naman ganyan ang damage natin. So it's a factor of climate change. So yung gas emission yon. Hindi naman tayo may kasalanan noon kasi hindi naman tayo ang talagang biggest gas emitter would be the US and China. But you know, we are the most disaster-prone country in the world, so it's very important to us. If only for that, we should support it. Because sa atin ang pinakagrabe ang effect. Although we're not at fault.
Ma'am, you are from Metro Manila. I don't know whether traffic is a problem in Las Piñas as it is.
Not as bad as EDSA.
Not as bad as ESA. But what do you think can be done? Yung emergency powers na hinihiling ng ating Pangulo, is that something in the works that can be given by the Senate and even the House?
Yeah, they can give it, but I think we should not rely on that. We should do what we can do already. Like for us in Las Piñas, lahat ng river namin may easement na 2 meters, 6 meters, 6 to 10 meters. Lahat yung ginagawa na namin kalye ngayon.
Ngayon ho.
Para ma-ease traffic to sa main road. So, we should do our part. We should not really rely on emergency power. That would help, but in little things we can do it. Like for example, siguro sa EDSA, lagyan na nila ng pedestrian overpass na you can walk from end to end sa EDSA. Kasi I remember if we go abroad, we're working. We're always walking. Eh di maglakad na lang tayo kaysa maghintay ka ng bus na 30 minutes, lakarin mo na lang. Basta maganda yung lakaran. Yung mga ganun bang things. So, to make it comfortable for everybody, okay naman yung tayo yung magkaroon ng exercise. Kasi minsan, it will take you 30 minutes to wait for a ride. Di maglakad ka na lang. Make lang yung walk up, yung mga path to walk na maganda para convenient for everybody.
Ma'am, the drug campaign of the President.
I support that.
Is it a problem in Las Piñas?
Not as bad, but it's in every place, I think. And we didn't notice it has gone from bad to worse. So I'm very supportive of the President with regards to that.
Ma'am, just to sum up everything, your service to our people in our country, starting as the wife of the Speaker then, and now that you're a Senator, how would you sum up the service that you have been able to provide our people, and what else can you do to ensure that what you and your family has started will be institutionalized in the future as a model for public service?
I'm institutionalizing our foundation so that it will go on even if we leave this world. I make sure of that, na it will have a sustainable income, so it will continue. And of course, I will do my best to pass legislation which really will benefit the people. And at the same time, I will continue with all my advocacies nationwide. I have done it in Las Piñas, I can do it nationwide. So I'll continue doing it.
No regrets, ma'am?
No regrets.
Okay. Thank you very much for joining us on our program. Senator Cynthia Villar from the Senate, having served the country, together with her husband, as a former Senate President, Manny Villar, and they've done great work to ensure that this country will move forward. For Inside Congress, this is Freddie Obando saying thank you for joining us.